What do you say to yourself every morning when you see me in the mirror?
I'd say I'm glad to see you're not dead yet.
Who would you have liked to look like?
I would like to look like Felix the cat, because I've always wanted a tail, and I have tried many times in plastic surgery to have one attached, but they last 3 or 4 days, and then they fall off.
What would you change in yourself if you had the magic touch?
I would change my personality. It is the only thing that I'm not happy with about myself, and I would like to be much more like Jamie Lee Curtis.
Wouldn't you like to be shorter than 6.5 feet?
Yes, I would like to be very, very small. I would like to be so small. Then I could carry myself around in my pocket, and if I got bored at a meeting, I could just go to sleep.
How is it possible that a bunch of Oxford and Cambridge graduates should form Monty Python?
Because I think you had to be very strange to get in to Oxford or Cambridge at the time that I was there. And most of the best people there were completely mad. And the great advantage about being completely mad and very well educated is that everybody is frightened of you.
Who was the boss?
We were all the boss. We took it in turns. At 10 o'clock, I was the boss. At 11 o'clock, Graham Chapman was the boss. At 12 o'clock, Michael Palin was the boss. Terry Jones was boss at 1 o'clock. And then Terry Gilliam was boss at 2, and Eric at 3. And then after that, we would fight a lot. I don't mean just argue, I mean fist fights and so forth. It was not a good team to work with. These are all the scars of the because I worked with.
How did it work?
It didn't. No, it was a total disaster. But fortunately, we were able to find 6 other people who looked very like us, who were all Belgians. And they would come to the studio and do the show for us. But we paid them to keep this quiet. Also, you know, Woody Allen tried to get in the group. And he many times came to us with his material. He'd written these sketches, but they were always very depressing. So we just had to tell him he couldn't join us. But he went to New York, and I think he's done quite well.
Why did the Monty Pythons split?
Mainly hate, lack of respect for each other, and also the fact it was becoming so physically dangerous that most of us were becoming scarred and were not looking too good on camera. So it was thought to be safer.
Will you work under that name together again?
I think we will work together in 2s and 3s, just as Eric Idle has just been in Terry Gilliam's Baron Munchausen film, and I've just done 3 days on the Terry Jones film, Eric the Viking, and Michael Palin is in this wonderful new film, Fish Called Wanda. So we work together in 2s and 3s. Also, it's difficult now because many of them are very old and several of them are dead.
How do you explain that you won the big prize in Cannes, but not with your best movie?
Well, it cost us a lot of money. Fortunately, as you know, the French festivals are the easiest to win because the juries are the most bribable. But in that case, it was phenomenally expensive, almost as expensive as it is to win a prize in Italy.
Wanda.
Why was Wanda, an English film, so successful in the United States?
Because I was very crafty, because I have a lot of American friends and a stream of American ex-wives. And this has enabled me to see just how deeply stupid the Americans are. And therefore, I made a very, very simple film which required no knowledge or intelligence or any kind of perception or insight to understand. And it has been a huge hit there.
Who is or was the finest comic actor on earth?
Apart from myself, I didn't think there was any competition. Chaplin was good a couple of times.
What makes you laugh every time you think of it?
Vice President Quayle.
Why did you stop drinking?
Strange question. Why did I stop drinking? Because I saw what it did to Graham Chapman. And Graham, as you know, is a very vague man. And before he stopped drinking, he was even vaguer. In fact, at the moment he's writing a book called The Art of Vagueness. At least he thinks he may be.
And if your life was to be lived again?
I would do it in color.